endurance racers. They're going to be coming back down the hill in a few moments. And as usual, Bruce Jones has been up at the top of the hill gathering interviews from our batch of sports car aces. Let's go up there and join Bruce and see who he's got up there.
Kenny Brack, great to see you again at the Festival of Speed. Quite a sort of hippie colour scheme you got on this
but we built the car and then was out each last weekend with a big car you can see on that. The whole diet is down, right towards rally across the car. Turning up on the rally stage, and that's what a wonderful iconic
Britain's motor show, really, isn't it? We've got cars making their international debut here of the sort that we just wouldn't see anywhere else in the UK.
And that's a wonderful shot, the glimmer in the sunshine of the McLaren P1. That really has sort of ripped the goalposts off the pitch and run off with them and put them somewhere else.
It's an amazing car. It's somewhere beyond amazing, in fact. It's hard to think of superlatives to apply to it. I think it's being driven at the moment by Ollie Marriage from Top Gear magazine, so all the best with that one, Ollie, because frankly, 917 brake horsepower, and what an amazing thing.
If he bends it, he has to buy it.
And this is the MSO version of the new McLaren Spider. So the one prepared by McLaren Special Operations, just a little bit faster, just a little bit quicker, and also, you have to say, one of the best looking cars they've produced.
Absolutely, and we've got a good lineup of handy drivers, haven't we, this time, because the Michelin Supercar Run is timed, which it traditionally hasn't been.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting change for this year. It's fair to say that in the past there's been some variation in the quality of the driving, looking back a long time ago. Obviously now everybody is a properly pucker driver who's on the hill, and I think that will be reflected in the pace that some people are taking up there.
Well, Derek Bell now leaves the line in the Bentley GTV 8S, 5 times a Le Mans winner in the 70s and 80s. Anybody knows their way up Goodwood, it'll be Derek Bell. He did his very first ever motor race here at Goodwood and the circuit.
Wearing a Derek Bell inspired lid as well. So this is the La Ferrari, isn't it? Colour I've not seen it in before.
I think that's actually JK's La Ferrari. What a lucky man he is.
Of Jamiroquai fame, yeah. So again, the fastest, most expensive, most sophisticated, high-tech, almost unaffordable Ferrari.
Yes, you have to be a very, very special customer to get one of these. You have to be one of Ferrari's VIP customers, which means that you're already going to have a garage full of Ferraris who have even been invited to buy a La Ferrari.
Yeah.
We're very lucky here that we've got all three of the newly launched hybrid supercars. We've got the Ferrari LaFerrari, the McLaren P1, and also the Porsche 918. And these cars really are redefining the top end of the performance league. I think it's fair to call them hypercars, unless you can think of an even better superlative to apply to them.
But there's a relevance now, isn't there, in the hypercar market of clean, ozone or eco-friendly technology. It's no longer acceptable to have the biggest capacity, the most horsepower, and the most fuel-burning machine. It's all about hybrids, isn't it? And energy recovery.
It's an interesting alternative battle that we're seeing here. That these cars, we're actually looking at the 918 here in Martini livery. These cars are not just capable of astonishing performance, but actually, if you look at their official CO2 figures, which admittedly you're not going to achieve all the time driving them normally. They're all far, far cleaner than any previous generation supercar has been.
That looks great, doesn't it? It's in Martini stripes. Of course, Porsche back at Le Mans this year with the 919 Spider, leading the race until 2 or 3 hours to go on Sunday morning. A great return for a manufacturer with a record 16 wins in the 24 hours.
Some people really going for a time, and other people having a bit of a showboat, as we have just seen off the line with this Sin R1. But I have to say that the Porsche 918 that we saw the car before, that was extremely quick off the line. It'll be interesting to see their time when they come up.
Yeah. Mike, the Sin. What? Who? What? Where? When? Why?
The Sin, I believe we're actually looking at the Arashes, the yellow car. The Sin, formerly a German manufacturer, they've recently relocated to Hinckley in the UK. So it's another British sports car. It's mid-engine and features a Chevrolet V8, which you can have in a variety of different flavours, different power outputs. Quite an interesting looking thing, and also considering the segment it's in, you'd have to say it looks quite affordable. We're told it's £60,000 before they
Italian machines on the hill. Haven't seen one in the flesh before, but now I've seen two. Nice.
There's nowhere else in the world other than perhaps Maranello where you'd see two LaFerraris in such quick succession, I think. And it's so good to hear this one. Astonishing engine.
Yeah, right, safely across the line. They come thick and fast.
And we might be for a moment at the Nordschleife on a quiet Tuesday afternoon with the disguised livery of this Nissan GTR Nismo on the line, Henry. And that leaves the line, my goodness me. That was a very quick launch off the line. Already it's out of sight through the first corner as it rushes up towards the house. There are some serious times that are going to be thrown down at the end of this batch.
Yeah, this is the GTR Nismo, isn't it?
This is actually the Nismo Time Attack, which is an even more hardcore version of the Nismo.
If one were needed.
If one were needed, yes. So if the GTR Nismo isn't quite fast enough around the Nordschleife for you, then this car should.
Using all of the road as he gets towards the top of the hill as well, isn't he?
Well, that's of course. Slightly more standard looking Nissan GTR, following it up safely through Volcom. Bruce will be catching up with some of the drivers of these cars, particularly the better known ones, and a little bit more about what you've just seen on the course.
I know that Chris Hoy is in one of the GTRs. I think it is actually the Time Attack that he's in this run.
Okay.
So that's a very committed drive he's putting in.
Yeah, Olympic cycling hero who's turned to racing and now competing in the British GT Championship with Nissan. Aims firmly on Le Mans 24-hour action in a few years.
And that is one of the sweetest driving cars you will find, the Lotus Exige B6 Cup. If you look at its power output, it looks relatively modest compared to anything else here. That's of course nothing. It weighs almost nothing. Very fast car.
So when they finish their run, do these cars, do they go back to their various manufacturer stands? Have they got a home? Are they all kept together where you can go and have a close look?
Yeah, exactly. The Supercar paddock is the place to go. You can get close to all the cars here and a few others as well, which aren't actually running up the hill.
Talking about running on the hill, sorry to interrupt. Here is the Koenigsegg Agera 1.1, reputedly capable of 273 miles an hour. My goodness me.
Not today. That would be brave.
It's hard to describe this car without superlatives, but the one statistic that stands out is Koenigsegg claim it's the first megacar, I say megawatt. It has a megawatt of power, and it has 1 horsepower for each kilogram of its weight, so 1,000 brake horsepower per tonne.
That's a good power to weight ratio. I'm not a mathematician, but even I know that.
I think there's quite a lot of stuff in the racing paddocks that doesn't get close to that.
273 miles an hour. You'll be going past Le Mans cars down the old Volfarm straight as if they were standing still, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. The first of the Koenigsegg's is across the line up to the top paddock. Mike, is Koenigsegg a manufacturer very much in the ascendancy. Are they here to stay? Serious operation?
I think absolutely.
Those cars yet on scene are aired for the first time in public. This one of the BMW.
It is the i8. It is. First time I've seen one.
This is the new age supercar, yes, a 3-cylinder petrol engine in conjunction with a hybrid power pack.
And there's a nod to BMW Motorsport colours on the back there, isn't there? Those have got a bit of
Got a bit of M fever going on.
yes.
M power.
If I was cheating on
And now we're looking at the Range Rover Sport SVR prototype. This is the future direction of Range Rover. It's the first product of Jaguar's new Special Vehicle Operations Division. Sorry, Jaguar Land Rover's new Special Vehicle Operations Division. And still wearing prototype disguise, but with a 5-litre V8. You can certainly tell that if you listen to it.
Europe, just going to St Moritz for the weekend. As we have also seen other Jaguars in this Michelin Supercar Run, like the F-Type R. My fiance was lucky enough to drive one of those around Aragon circuit the other month. I wasn't too jealous, you can imagine. Maseratis, Ferraris, a brand new BMW M5 and M4 are about to leave the line, as we've got the Audi with Mark Armstrong at the wheel, just going through Malcolm Corner.
Just been handed a note that the Red Arrows have safely landed, and they will be back here signing at 2 o'clock in the aviation village. So if you're a Red Arrows fan and want to meet and greet some of the guys, get some autographs, then they'll be doing that in the aviation village at 2 o'clock. My Audi manufacturer great places. They're certainly trying very hard.
Which is obviously at the moment, I believe it's still a concept of a performance saloon, but they're chasing that part of their market. They're looking to get enthusiasts
Announcements for you. Lord March signing copies of the wonderful 20th anniversary book, all the anecdotes, pictures, and memories from the first 20 years of the festival that's been celebrated last year. He's doing that at the moment. It's brash and American, V8 powered.
I think it was the sound of a Ford Mustang.
For a while, so it's great to see him back behind the wheel here at the Festival of Speed.
Vauxhall VXR, the big muscly front. It's a whole Commodore. That's a fun bit of kit, isn't it? The Vauxhall.
It's such a fun car to drive.
This is going to be fun. This is the Ford Focus ST with a difference. We're going to go on board in this car, and we're going to, he's basically racing against somebody on a computer game. Gran Turismo 6, we have a split screen set up. You'll be able to watch double apex right-hander into the second part of that in the car, and the game just touching the apex there now. And who's going to get under the bridge first? It's the car ahead of the game. Pop out into the sunshine once more.
This is used. Yeah, it's 2.0.